If you're doing anything, he's going to uncover it. So you need to submit that gift back to the house. Because my apostle used to tell us, if you can't prophesy in the house, sit down, shut up.
Shut up.
I shouldn't be hearing about your prophetic gift. What prophetic gift? Right. The house don't never hear.
That's right.
And you don't go whispering in the, listen.
That's right. You don't whisper in the ears.
No, he didn't. You stand up here and tell it.
Come on.
And if Pastor Delane, if God is speaking that sincere to you, and you not bold enough to stand up here, I don't want you prophesying to me anyway. Because you're not a warrior. Right. Now, I'm not talking about those of us at times that struggle with it, but we eventually do it. I'm talking about those, oh yeah, God dealt with me. So, them parking lot prophets. Yeah. Them hallway prophets. Yeah. Them back of the church prophets. Yeah. The church bathroom prophets. The cell phone prophets. The Facebook prophets. The Instagram prophets. We got prophets on all social media. Want to prophesy but don't want to live nothing. The prophetic means nothing in your life if you won't live nothing.
Come on.
It don't mean nothing.
Come on, Apostle.
Nothing, regardless. And I'm talking about myself. If I don't live it, it means nothing. Regardless of how old I am or how young I am, it means nothing. What I say means nothing. My words have no power, no authority, unless I live that thing first. Because if I don't live that thing, I just know the right thing to say. And I'm just up here trying to entertain. I don't desire to entertain. I don't. But when you read that, and I'm going to give you the scripture in a minute. When you read that, don't just read about Gaius. Go down a little bit further. Theophilus. For some of these names in the Bible, man, I'm glad I wasn't born back then. Theophilus. Or Phasis or whatever. Maybe y'all know how to pronounce it. I don't. You're all right. But this man caused chaos in the ministry. Chaos. Trouble. Caused trouble on every side. Wouldn't do nothing. He didn't think nobody, he did it and didn't really think nobody would know. See, that's how sometimes we do. You know how we do. I've been there. I'm going to just do this on the side. Ain't nobody going to know. Doesn't matter if they know. He knows. And then, come on, y'all. Really know the gifts that's in your life. Really know. Because when they're really connected to you, man, they know more than you think they know. Just because you're not saying anything, or they're not saying anything. Sometimes God is saying, you know what? They decided they want to do it. That's the only way they're going to learn that lesson. That's the only way they're going to learn the lesson. But it's convocation time. It's convocation time. It's time for us to come back. He's calling us back. He's calling us back to some things. He's calling us forward to some things. But he is calling us. And he said, the day that you hear my voice, harden not your heart. He's calling. And some people say, I'm already saved. It's not even about your salvation, baby. It's not about your salvation. It is about what he's called you to do. And, well, I don't want to preach. Some of you say you don't want to preach. And some legitimately don't want to. I've always been one of them that didn't want to. Amen. But you have to do what he's called you to do. You know why? Because, have you ever seen the dominoes? Have you played not play dominoes, but you stack the dominoes up and then you tap one and they all fall down? When you're out of line and you won't do what you're called to do, that's the same thing that happens in the ministry. Because if you're a unit, it starts to affect the unit until God says, okay, you want to continue to be a cause of discord or continue to hinder that which needs to come to pass. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take your little domino and I'm going to move you out the way. And now the only one that you're affected by falling is yourself. But there are people that are connected to you, each of you. He wants us this week, close our mouth. They've been saying it to us for what? For a minute, close our mouth. Y'all, we talk too much. And we don't be talking about the things of God. We will tear you down. Church people, we will tear you down and then try to get up and prophesy to you. We will tear you down and then try to preach to you. What? You can't tell me nothing. Sit down. But this week, as we're preparing for convocation, even the more, some of you, I could hear it in the spirit. I thought I was doing good. Understand, I'm not attacking you. And that's something we have to get prayer for too. We really do. I hope that everybody's, I'm not attacking you, but I heard it. I heard it in the spirit. I thought I was doing good. I thought I was doing good. You are doing good, but there's greater. There's greater. There is a status quo that you can continue to live at, or there is an exceedingly and abundantly that you can decide to live at. There's an overflow that you can live at, but in order to live in that overflow, we have to step our game up. You don't become a millionaire with the same mentality you had when you were a $10 heir.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have that same mentality. Same thing with ministry. You can't preach to the nation with the same mindset that you have at home. You know, you won't be as effective as you need to be. And I'm telling you, y'all have to raise it up for yourself. All of you in here, great, awesome. I heard some of y'all preach last week. Awesome. Lady Nika, you've been proud of them ladies last week. Awesome. But he's calling us higher so there's a more consistent flow of it. More consistent flow where our leaders can feel us praying for them, us uplifting them, us sending them encouraging Texas. You know, we thank God for overseers encouraging Texas, but we also have to take up some time too to make sure that we're not calling him bombarding him, but that we're encouraging him too. You know, I'm gonna tell you this too. I'm almost done, but I'm gonna tell you this too. Y'all, you have got to learn to reverence the gifts that are in your life. You have to. When it comes to, as he was talking about the friendship thing, y'all, sometimes one of the things that, as I said with convocation, with the convoking, talking about the serious side of it, there is a serious side of some things that we just can't say to our leaders. We can't. We cannot. We cannot. We cannot. There is a serious side. A very serious side concerning. And we can't do it. And some of us knew this before, because there's some leaders we wouldn't step to like that. We wouldn't step to them like that. And that's the thing that I don't understand about this generation. Like, sometimes I don't think that this generation understands